Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, episode 201. Can you even believe it? Can you believe it, folks? And I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by. It looks like we got Peggy Dancer. Hello, Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarity and Korbin Pheenix. Now, Korbin Pheenix is on the road, and he's gonna maybe call in if we're lucky. Okay, if we're lucky, he's gonna call in. I already sent him the link, so he might call in or he might not. We're hoping he does. I'm thinking he probably will. Hello, Operation Shutdown. Yes, welcome to the Truth Quest, where the outrageous is contagious. Wait a minute. I screwed up. Okay, let me start over. Hi, AJ. 201. Wow, hello, everyone. Yes, episode 201. That's right, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. Hey, I remembered it. See, I got to say that more. So it's more on my tip of my tongue. And who we got here? Genesis Revelation. Hello. Number 2 like. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because that's your lucky number. Genesis Revelation has number 2 as his lucky number, or her. We don't want to make assumptions here. And everybody's saying hi. And look, we got Dark Brain. He's like at work. That's okay. So you're going to be lurking. That's cool. And we also have young Star the Kid. Let's get this going. Yeah. Hi, Aaron Maria. That's my son, Aaron. Everyone's saying hi to. All right. Peace, brother. And Operation Shutdown says hi to Kathy Weiss, one of our very awesome mods. Peggy Dance, two of our awesome mods, I guess. Peggy Dancer saying hi to everybody. Just everyone's so wonderful here. We do have the best chat on the intranet, I think. Anybody want Taco Bell? I'm stopping by it. Oh, taco smell. We used to call it taco smell. I just ate, so I don't have my teleporter isn't working right now anyway, so maybe some other time. Thanks for offering. Appreciate that. Yeah, all right. Well, friends, if you remember the last time Korbin was on, when he called in, he was talking about these sound frequencies that he was making with his voice. And he found out through testing it that some of these frequencies actually can help people reduce pain. And I got to say, when I was downloading these sounds today, I'll play them a little later. I've been having a bit of pain because I had a tooth pulled. And I don't take pills, okay? Pills cause ills. Pills cause ills. So I don't take pills. I don't take pain pills. I don't take any kind of pill. I just, it's one of those things. Oh, Harmony Voice. Oh, Operation Shutdown's going to take you up on that taco. Yeah. Maybe his teleporter's working. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, we'll get to those sounds in a bit. And there we go. But first, let's get through a little bit of this. Shall we now? Oh, yeah. Well, we shall. And the cover picture I chose, the thumbnail for this episode, is this. I just wanted to show this right away, straight off the bat, because I think it's a gorgeous image. Just beautiful. And it's one of those mirror images. Okay. Taco and Genesis Revelation. The bean burrito is up my alley. There you go. When is Andy back? On the 7th. Come back on the 7th. That's our rare Thursday night show. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell and you will be notified every time we have a show. But he'll be on the 7th of July. So that's coming up. The day before that, on the 6th, on Wednesday, we're going to have Alfred Lambermont Weber on. We're talking about his new book, The Chronogarchy, which talks about how the uber rich controllers are controlling things via time access. They can see into the future, they can see into the past, so therefore they control a lot of things, or they know what's going to happen, so they can do things. Will do. All right, M. Yes, EM. M. Hi, M. Yeah, welcome to the program. Yes. So what do you think of this image, friends? It's pretty awesome, I think. And I don't think I showed this one the last time. So it's pretty darn cool, I think. So let's can we zoom in on this? Yeah, we'll have to, there we go. I mean, there's just so much going on in this picture, but we'll be looking at this a little later. Image is gorgeous. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yes, it's a beautiful image. It almost looks like an angel, or a couple different angels, maybe a whole brigade of angels, perhaps. This image, like all the mirror images I make, are made from a single picture of a nebula. These ones are nebulas. So, yeah. Now in the thumbnail, you can't see the whole image, but here we can. Oh, this looks like the head of like a wizard, and he's holding two crystal balls up here in his hands, and he's got this outfit here. So here he is, the blue kind of draping, almost dress-like thing, and then you got the wings. So, and here's some wings here too. Very, very interesting. And Peggy Dancer says, "Oh, that's beautiful. Love the colors." Yes, there's beautiful colors out there in space, apparently. Okay, there we go. How do you like that? Alrighty then. So I thought that was a good one. A good one. Now, are we going to see something prettier, or are we going to learn something? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You know, I was fixing food the other day, and I found a way how to stretch the food further. How to stretch, because in these times when the price of everything is going up, here's a way how you can stretch that food even further. Maybe you haven't thought of this, but here you go. What do you think of this? There it is. Oh, cooking $57 worth of food in 2020. You just use smaller pots and dishes. Hey, that's all we gotta do. That's it. That's it. Oh, Young Star the Kid says, looks like a mystical alien entity with wings as arms. Yes, I agree. It sure does. And Genesis Revelation says, love it. Anticipation. Just add water. Yes, up 3. Hello there. Welcome to the program. Price equals up, then down, up, then down. Yeah, I think it's just going to go up. As long as we got the resident in the White House, it's just going to keep going. Prices are going to keep going up. They want to starve us out of existence, is what they want. They want all the poor people gone. So how do you do that? You have all the prices raised. Gas, food, all the things you need to survive. You close down businesses, which they did in 2020. That was your local governments that did that. Cha-cha-chia, cha-cha-cha-chia, just add water. That's right. Yep. But, friends, if you're ever hungry, if you find yourself in the desert with no food and you're hungry, all you have to do is eat the sandwiches there. That's right. See, you don't get advice like this from every channel now, do you? That's right, you don't. Sad songs say so much. Yes, they do. They surely do. Have you heard the Carpenters song, Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft? It's a great song. It's from the 70s, I believe. Go look it up. Calling Occupants of what did I just say? Interplanetary Craft. I think that's what it is. That's a great song. And Karen Carpenter had such a beautiful voice. She just, wow. She just was amazing. And her brother, of course, was playing piano. And even though they were brother and sister, and their last name was Carpenters, neither one of them was a carpenter. I mean, you got the name. Yeah, we're going to go to the Carpenters concert, and afterwards we're going to watch them build a coffee table. There you go. The Carpenters. That's right. Well, yeah, Dark Brain says they don't want us gone. They want us all poor, thus desperate, weakened, dependent, and vulnerable, aka enslaved. Yes, I think that's the first step. And then they want us gone. The New World Order and all of these oligarchs who have been talking about depopulation, or the population is too big, or there's overpopulation, which is a myth. You can fit every single person in the world in Alaska, and they each have 1,000 square feet. So, it's not overpopulated. It never will be. It's a very big planet. There's plenty of space and resources for all of us, no matter how many there are. And so they've been saying 90%. They want to reduce the population by 90%. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. These same people built that. Keep the population under 500 million. Okay, we're at what? 7 or 8 billion now, or something like that, or 12 billion. I don't know. Who counts? Who can count? Who can count that? And it looks like we have modus operandi. How about An Eye in the Sky? That's a song ahead of its time. Eye in the Sky? Okay, Oh, by the Alan Parsons Project. Eye in the Sky. Well, yeah, they've had satellites that can read what you're reading on a news. If you're sitting on a park bench, they've had satellites that can read what you're reading in a newspaper from space decades and decades ago. Just imagine what they have now. They keep on going. Love the Carpenters, bless the beast and the children, and the rest of their songs. Yes, and one of my favorites growing up was on the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. Oh God, it's a beautiful song. I can't sing it like she can. So go look it up. The Carpenters. Beautiful, beautiful songs. And, you know, they put you in a happy state. It's just joyous. Beautiful, beautiful music. Can't say enough about it. Can't say enough about it. Okay. Now what are we going to see? Faith heals better than fear. Ever felt hallelujah? There you go. Yes, faith feels better than fear. It sure does. Fear sucks. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. I saw this the other day when I was on True Social. I thought, oh my gosh, he's only following 15 people and I'm one of them? Really? And I went, oh, this is the office of Donald J. Trump. So whoever is behind the office of Donald J. Trump with only 15 following 15 people, he's got 2.3 thousand followers, but only 15 people that the office of Donald Trump, J. Trump is following. So is that like the office of Donald J. Trump, or is it someone just saying they are the office of Donald J. Trump? But at first I was like, whoa, he's following me. Well, maybe not. It could be just someone pretending to be Mr. Trump, President Trump. Best president of my lifetime. And boy, we all woke up to a lot of things. And it was during the Trump presidency that Q showed up. So in 2017, October, I remember it like it was yesterday. And there's something about truth. When you read truth in a post, it feels right. When you read something on the mainstream media that's false, it just never feels right. It never feels right. Yeah. Quite frankly, tonight, Frank, and quite frankly, made a very interesting statement. It had to do with one of the people in, I can't remember his name, in Joe Biden's administration that was talking about he was asked, I think on CNN, by this reporter, people can't afford to be paying $4.85 a gallon to support this war for months or even years. How much longer are people going to have to deal with this? And he said, well, I'm paraphrasing, something like, well, you heard what the president said, President Biden, and he said, as long as it takes, it's part of the, what do you say? He called it not the New World Order, the liberal New Order. Really? Really? And then he also made the comment that now if you say that you heard that, you're a conspiracy theorist. So you can say what they say, And now you're a conspiracy theorist. Isn't that interesting? So yeah, quite frankly, if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on all the other platforms, the Foxhole, and I think he's still on Twitch. So go check him out. He's got a great show. Very fun. Very fun. Liberal world order. Yes. Terrible. Terrible. Who would want that? Nobody. I mean, maybe unless your hair is pink and your fingernails are black and your gender is a toaster, then maybe you'd want the liberal world order. Oh, I'm a mango today. I identify as a mango. Oh, I thought you were a toaster. That was yesterday. I've changed my identity. These people are crazy. They're idiots, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the idea, and I hope I don't offend anybody. I'm not saying this to offend anybody. I'm just commenting on what I see. The idea that these people have convinced themselves that they can change their gender simply by taking hormone blockers and hormones and getting Frankenstein surgeries. I'm sorry, but you're not going to change. I mean, if you're a woman and you take testosterone, you might grow some facial hair, okay? But your skeleton is different, okay? Your skeleton doesn't change, okay? Most of your physiology does not change. And what happens when you force your body to be something that it messes with your body. It also messes with your fertility. And these Frankenstein surgeries, you're sad. It's sad. I feel very sorry for these people who were tricked into this Satanist plan. Let me be clear. This is a satanic plan to decimate our country by pushing this, and the media pushes it. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's not right. I'm happy being a man. I was born a baby boy. I grew up a boy. And now I'm a man. That's the way it should be. You know, I don't like having, and dating these days. Are you kidding? It's scary. Oh, so you have to ask questions like, so have you been a woman all your life? Is this something you're just trying out for a while? I mean, come on. It's sick what they're doing. It's tragic. They're ruining people's lives. And gender dysphoria is a mental condition. It has a very high suicide rate. I think it's like 40%. But after these Satanists convince them into getting these Frankenstein surgeries and these blockers and hormone things, guess what? They still have a 40% suicide rate. So all that surgery and all of that bullcrap did nothing to help that person because they have a mental disorder. It's a mental disorder. Hello? I mean, you can look it up. Gender dysphoria is a mental disorder. Oh, they probably changed that, right? I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And the idea that less than 1% of the population can steer an entire country's agenda? No. You got to turn all that off. Dial it back to the 50s or 60s where things were normal, where men were men and women were women, and you didn't have to guess, you didn't have to wonder. Okay? So that's just, sorry about the rant, but I've kind of had it up to here with this crap. I don't know. Does anybody else feel the same way? The liberal world order. Yes, Dark Brain, you're right. You are right. LWO, liberal world order. Get in your pod and eat your cockroaches. Yes. Yeah, and if we decide we'll just take your organs because someone else more important needs them. Yeah, that's the game they're playing, folks. That's the game they're playing. Hello, Kelly Q. Welcome to the program. Oh, can't chat much. Phone is at 16%. Oh my goodness. Love and prayers here. Well, same to you. Hugs and prayers to you too, Kelly Q. Thank you for stopping by. You better plug that thing in and charge it up. That's what I say. Or go to your confuser if you're around it. Okay, modus operandi. Vengeance has the Lord's through just explaining what is written. Okay. Everybody's saying hi. Catherine Weiss. I want to thank all the mods for being here and everyone chatting. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, Catherine Weiss, for the super chat on the last program. That was awesome. Oh, hello, Cheryl. Welcome to the program. Just got home. Glad it's Friday. Hello, y'all. Hello. Welcome to the program. Here we are, sharing things and stuff like that. Lots of stuff like that. And, you know, with all the turmoil that's going on, all the people picking sides, sometimes it's a chance to illuminate these people and teach them something, even when they're arguing amongst each other. Like this little cartoon. Pro-life, pro-choice. Planned Parenthood was originally called the Negro Project. Yes. It was originally started by, I think Margaret Sanger, I think her name is, and it was called the Negro Project. And their goal was to eradicate blacks and other minorities. Isn't that sick? And you'll find these Planned Parenthoods, a lot of them in black neighborhoods, of a high percentage of them. It's just disgusting. You know, I really wish people weren't so easy to control, because they can tell someone, oh yeah, oh, it's just a clump of cells. It might ruin your life. It might save your life if you have the kid. I don't know. Yeah. It's pretty sad, but it's, you know, some of these arguments you might have a chance to interject a little bit of truth and maybe they'll come away. And Korbin Pheenix is in the house. Welcome, Korbin. Yes, and to see black men and women champion abortion is disgusting. Oh, did you hear that, you know, Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in when that other justice, who said he was going to resign, finally resigned. And he's a liberal judge too, justice. So it's really not going to change. But I heard, now I didn't see this, I heard it. I really don't like looking at the media, but I heard this today, that Ketanji Brown Jackson, is that her name, was hailed as the first black Supreme Court justice. And Clarence Thomas is sitting there going, yeah, what about him? What about him? Good point, Mud Rabbit. And welcome to the program, Mud Rabbit. If Black Lives Matter, what about black babies? Yeah, that's right. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Everyone's so loving here. And so I'm glad that you're in the chat, Corbin. So maybe I can play one of these sounds you sent. And so let me get an image up. Now, so he sent me these sounds. They're made from his own voice, and they're frequencies that can help, that might be able to help you. Okay, so I have, well, let me just show you this first. Let me show you this first. I saw this today. And it's spectacular. Spectacular. Yeah. No. Okay. All right, here it is. Oh, I hope I can find this now. Gotta find it. Got to find it. Is this it right here? Here it is. Oh, lucky me. Look at that. Okay. All right. So here we go, friends. This is the power of sound frequencies. Check this out. He turns the dial, frequency changes, and look what the water does. Now, this is from RC. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that amazing? .25 hertz, forward effect. Look at that. Just check it out. Okay, so, all right. Isn't that wonderful? So that's the power of sound. Sound is very powerful. You can create light with sound. And really,
as I said, if it wasn't for Roe on abortion and the major Second Amendment decision in the New York State case.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Dan. This isn't your show. I just have a very small screen. Oh, and guess what happened today, friends? I got a package from my good friend, Zach Payne, the Corruption Detector. And here's the envelope. Check it out. It's a little alien in a spaceship. He sent me this very large monitor. So when I'm set up with my new computer, I'll have this gigantic monitor, and things like that won't happen. So that's something to look forward to. Oh, put the link in the chat. Yeah, I just had to dump it because it was making noise and I couldn't access the right part of it. You've seen stuff like that before. It's truly amazing. Yes, it is amazing. And you know, it's amazing what Corbin has come up with here. And I got to tell you, today when I was downloading this and listening to him, since I had just had a tooth pulled, I'm in quite some pain because I don't take pain pills. And it's been a couple of days, but it seems to be getting worse, like pain. And I was playing one of these frequencies and I leaned in close to where my computer speaker was. And I felt this like bubbling and the pain went away. It's like, now, was it the frequency or was it the fact that I had hopes that it would work? Because remember, placebo works 40% of the time. So you can do anything and maybe it'll help you if you think it's going to work. Okay. So that's a very powerful thing to keep in mind. The placebo effect. Believe that it will help you. and then it will. And if it really does help you, it's going to help even more. You get the placebo plus the effect. Now, do we know this? I'm not a scientist. I don't think he just came up with this. So I don't think there's really any time to study it. Oh, there you go, Korbin Pheenix. I think she got it. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I'm going to just, now what I'm going to do is put together some images or some moving images for these sounds. Now, I have not gotten that part done yet. And I want to kind of talk to Korbin a little bit more before I do. I have some ideas I want to run by him first. But for now, I just want to show you a picture, just a beautiful picture, and then share these sounds. All right? All right. Let's do that, shall we? And if you have some kind of pain in your body or something like that, lean into the sound, and maybe it will help you. Maybe it will help you. Okay. Let me see. I need to square that up a bit. Oh. Well, maybe I won't. I think it's good enough the way it is. Okay. So now we go to the sound, and I hope this sound carries over. I'm playing it through my iTunes. So it's going from my iTunes and my iMac out the speaker and in back into the microphone. So I'm hoping this is going to work. All right. This is the first time I've tried this, so here we go. All right. The first one is, let me play this one first. It's called, he calls it body injury. So I'm assuming maybe it might help fix. So this is not medical advice, but give it a try and see what happens. Here we go. What do you think about that? Isn't that nice? Hello, Maddie. Good to see you here. Yes, he made that with his voice. Boy, can he hold a note. Wow. Yeah, I hope that can help some people. I hope that really helps you. Yes. That's nice, Mud Rabbit says. Thank you. We only use a small percentage of our brain, Cheryl says. That's so much potential. There's so much potential there. Yes, we need to learn how to access it. Yes, we do. And she loves that. Thank you. And modus operandi, starting off on that note, and with some improvisation, I should say, it sounds way more interesting. Well, it doesn't need to sound interesting. It just needs to work, I think. But yeah, and Korbin makes music too. I'm sure he could incorporate these sounds into some songs. I think that would be fantastic. You know? And so we got another one too, friends. So we're going to get another image up here. A different image for each one. So if you're scrolling back, you can, remember the image, and that'll be the sound that you're looking for. Okay, let's try this one. See how that one looks. Ooh, dynamic. Okay. All right, let's get back onto here. And the next one is called DNA repair. Okay. Now, this is not medical advice, but one fact is the placebo effect. So if you think it's going to work, it has a higher chance of working. So remember to believe that it will work, and you can repair your DNA. Here it is. I'll be quiet now. Whoa, I felt something. Did you? Oh, my ears. Wow. I hear something. Something happened. Wow. If DNA repair, wow. If I would have listened to it longer, might have turned back into a baby. Right? Oh, okay. Thank you, Korbin. He says, you're welcome. Kick it up an octave, says modus operandi, and add a bunch of notes to the melody. Well, I'm sure Korbin, with his vivid imagination and creativity, he can work this into lots of different things. I can just bet. I can just bet. Okay, so now we're going to go to another image and another sound. And this is the last sound coming up. So we'll get a different looking image up for the sound. You know, I think we're going to go back to that first one. That first one that's the thumbnail for the show, which I think is a beautiful image. Probably one of the best so far. It's pretty cool. So, okay. So this next one is called, he calls pain relief. Now, this is not medical advice, but if you have a pain, maybe you could try it and see if what your results are just for fun. Okay? And believe that it's going to help. I'm going to be quiet now so we can listen to this for a while. And I hope that you all get healed awesomely. I'll catch you on the other side of this one. Whoa. I like that one too. And my pain in my tooth. Oh, I was like, which side was it again? I was like, which side was it again? Wow. That's fantastic. And that was his voice, folks. And can this guy hold a note or what? But yes, yes, it is awesome. And now Corbin is traveling now, so he might not be able to call in. But we're very glad to have him in the chat. So there you go. And I just love this picture too. I think these pictures go well. And I have an idea utilizing some of these type of pictures with this music. Um, I think would be a very cool thing. And I want to run it by Corbin, maybe after the show or tomorrow or something. If he gets a chance, we can talk about it and work this up into something really cool with a visual, a moving visual. I tried to make it move a little bit, but it's just scrolling up and down and flipping around. Uh-oh. I feel this in my head, not in a good way for me personally. Uh-oh. Really? Okay. He'd have to collaborate with someone with extensive knowledge in musical theory to translate the effect into a song. Yeah, because you got changing notes and everything. Yeah. Well, Corbin, what about taking all of the sounds that you create and making a song out of those sounds? Just like um, an instrumental, a vocal instrumental, if you will, but just with those sounds, but going back and forth from them or overlaying them, you might be able to get some pretty interesting stuff. Corbin Pheenix, can we get these sound files uploaded somewhere? Maybe with a higher amplitude, aka higher volume. Yeah, I had everything maxed up on my system here, so I couldn't get it any louder. And me and Aaron working on the upload aspect. Don't work. We're coming with it. Don't worry, we're coming with it. I think you meant to say. Yeah. Aaron Moriarity, do you think the ringing in your ears might be you hear your own body? That could be. I don't know. My ringing started many years ago. And to be honest, my first impression, because I was doing a show called the UFO Show on Blog Talk Radio, and it was very popular, it had hundreds of thousands of downloads, way more than I've ever had for this show. And it was just on Blog Talk Radio. I mean, it was huge. I was one of the biggest news shows on there at the time, 2007, 2008, 2009, around those years. And yeah, that's when my ringing started, when I was doing that show. And I thought it might be the deep state trying to mess with me. So I just ignored it and lived with it and said, that they're not going to bother me. That doesn't bother me. Yeah, it helped me for sure. Yeah, it did help me. Yeah, it made the now it's starting to come back a little bit. The pain's starting to come back a little bit. But before I couldn't even, which side was it again? I said, no pain. Now, because I don't take pain pills. Pills cause ills. Honestly, it could be. Yeah, it could be. You've always had yours? Always? Kelly George, welcome to the program. Interesting. Yeah. Deep state. Yes. That was my first impression. And that was my gut instinct. And usually your gut instinct is pretty good. Also, the woman I was dating at the time, we were going steady, and we dated for about 3 years. And she was a psychologist. And she did not like my show. She didn't want to hear anybody unless it was filtered through the mainstream media, which, I like, well, really? I said, really? I said, have you heard some of these other shows? They're great. I mean, I would much rather watch original shows by citizens than some whatever scripted, satanic, planned out cabal junk. I don't know. But she was on a different, and being with her and being so excited about my show getting so popular and really feeling good about it, and then she's just dumping on it all the time. It made me just drop it. That's important, that you're with someone that supports you and doesn't poo-poo everything you do. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. Citizen journalism and citizen created material, videos, music, everything is much, 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 much better than whatever you see by the lamestream Mockingbird Press media. Mockingbird media. And I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Yeah. I mean, I don't even watch TV anymore. I watch like Red Pill 78, quite frankly, BCP, Black Conservative Patriot News, and the BCP Report. That's his junior and juniorette. BCP. Oh, to hear Jennifer Aniston tell it, we're putting her out of a job. Well, I don't think she ever deserved a job anyway. I never was impressed with her. Never. With any of those people, I was never impressed with any of them. Not a single one of them. Not a single one. No. Here's another one. One of those images. This one's kind of cool. Here it is. Yeah, let me do some adjustment to that. Brighten it up a bit, maybe, perhaps. And then darken the darks a little bit. Maybe it's too bright. Yeah, look at that. There's something in the middle here that looks pretty interesting. Like something round or something. Yeah. There's a round thing right here. Totally round, like a speaker or something. But it's interesting about sound, because sound is so powerful, it can do anything. And in the Bible, doesn't it say that God spoke the universe into existence? God's voice. Now, I did hear something that some scientists did discover in deep space, God's voice. And when you hear it, you just cry. It's just so awe-inspiring. But what happened, this person was telling this, I can't remember what the gentleman's name was, but he said that the Islamic religion took that sound of God, the voice of God, and they took it and they altered it to make it encompass their viewpoint. So when they invited the Pope over, they showed him the voice of God, and that's when he said, "Oh, Allah is God. You guys are right." Well, he was tricked. They took the powerful voice of God and they modified it. So that's a very interesting to dig into that. Just thought of it just now from a couple of years ago. Yes, it was sound that brought the walls down. Yes, the walls of Jericho. That's right. The trumpets. Yep. Sound. And you know what I always thought, folks? Here's what I thought. First, let's just take a look at this a little bit more. Zoom in on it. Maybe we'll flip it. There's something completely different. Yeah. So this voice of God, I'll have to look that up. Like I said, I just thought of it because we're talking about sound. And also, Corey Good said he was on a base once in space, or at this. Oh, I think that's our friend Maxwell Smart, I presume.
Yes, indeed.
Well, how are you doing, my friend?
Good.
Good.
Much better.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Yes, my health seems to have improved substantially, thanks to my friend Ivan.
Okay. Awesome. Well, did you hear the earlier part of the show?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, you'll have to go back and listen to it because Korbin Pheenix sent me over some sound files he created with his voice, 3 different files. And
Cool.
One's for body injuries, not medical advice, but it might help. And one for DNA upgrade and one for pain.
Okay.
So it's all
I'll definitely check it out.
It's from his voice. So yeah, that might help you as well. And, I was explaining also to everyone here, and people probably already know, that the placebo effect has a 40% success rate. So no matter what you're trying, if you believe it's going to work, it almost always, 40% of the time it works, right?
Well, and if you believe it, the more you believe it, the more it works.
Yeah.
It's a superpower we've been given as part of being divine. It's kind of the first one we get.
Yeah. Interesting.
And when they develop, as our consciousness develops, more things come along with that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you look at historical record, the descriptions of ascended beings.
Mm-hmm.
One of the next things that happens, supposedly, we have the ability to heal others and heal ourselves.
Right. Well, Peggy Dancer says, I was just going to say, where's Max? Healing. Heart. She gives a little heart. So it's from Peggy Dancer.
So definitely the placebo effect works. And it helps other people get over their cancers. And although the treatment I give, I think, has some merit, I always tell them, I said, I says, I have to be honest here. It might actually be your belief that it will work that's more important here.
Yeah. True.
And I have observed that the people who go out and try to make peace with all the people they might have wronged, or if they've got a family problem or they're part of the problem, if they do their part to try to even if the other party doesn't accept what they do, if they do their part to make amends, those people have the greatest success rate as far as the cancer going away.
Mm-hmm.
So, you really do. Your consciousness really is important. And the more you pray, even if you don't believe it's going to happen, there's people out there I know that say, well, God never answered my prayers. I said, well, it's like anything. You got to practice it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you might not believe it, but the more you believe, the more you even just say it, things will start to happen, and then you will believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you see it happen, you believe even more. So it is not a case where it's futile. You've got to, if you're praying all the time, guess what? You get better at it.
Yeah. And if you
the prayer can answer more frequently.
And if you want to get better at praying, you can pray about that too.
Right. I mean, but I tell people the secret to using more of your mind is to say, just give yourself a test. Try this. Pick it. Pick something I mean, I wouldn't pick like winning the lottery or something. I mean, it may work, but I wouldn't use that as the. But say if you pick something you don't think you can do, say, I don't know how, but I'm going to discover how to do this. And keep telling yourself every night before you go to bed. And just don't worry about it. Just keep telling yourself that. And what you're going to find within for me, it was a 3 to 6 month period of time. All of a sudden, things started to happen. Out of the blue, I'd be at a gas station and some guy would stop, and normally I'm not talking to the people at the next pump over, right? The guy would stop and say, "Hey, man, how are you doing?" And then he'd be talking about what he does and whatever, and all of a sudden he'd slip something, and that's interesting. And I would think about it later, and I'd discover what the guy said was part of the solution to my problem. And you think about that, you say, "Oh my God, it's as if the entire world rearranged to put us in the same place at the same time at a gas station, so that this guy could pass on an idea, and who knows that maybe an idea I passed on to him was something that he needed." These synchronicities happen all the time if you're alert to them.
Yeah. Kelly George. Excuse me.
Good.
So, Kelly George says, at Aaron, I remember reading about a doctor that truly healed people with sound. He was shut down. Yeah, they don't want people messing with that. That's why we always say that anything we say here on the show it's just all entertainment and not to be construed as medical or legal advice.
Oh yeah.
Do your own research. Do your own research.
If I was giving medical advice, I'd say I'm a doctor. Otherwise, it's just speculation. It's just my thoughts. That's it.
I was thinking about getting a vanity plate for my car and put PhD on it. Then I could say I have a PhD. That's on my plate out there. PhD. Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
One way to get it.
Yeah, but you are what you think you are. So if you program your life and your environment every day. Remember, our physical, what's around us is physical, is not the real part. The real part is the soul, the divine soul inside of it. The consciousness is what the real part really is. Everything else is affected by what we think.
Yeah.
So if you want to create a new world, picture it in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ignore the programming that's being thrown on us all the time to trying to put us into fear and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying that you don't have to be the person on the front line fighting the deep state to actually be fighting the deep state, right? Your
Right.
consciousness is exceedingly powerful.
Yes.
You know, when you have the confidence, when you see through what's going on, when you know what's going on, it's easy to not be fearful of it. And that in itself is not only liberating yourself, but liberating those around you.
Yes.
You know, that's just the biggest lesson of this time, I think, is to understand, you know, what's been suppressed all along is that we are divine creatures, because we're creations of God the source, right?
Mm-hmm.
So God is part of us. We're part of God. You know, we actually have, once we have been trained and we can utilize it, the powers of God innate in us. But it's a continuing process of education, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in kindergarten, you just start in kindergarten. You don't know how to read or write or what numbers are. You know, you thought what you're starting to learn. Someone shows you, oh, that's what you know. You can do these things, and your consciousness grows, and you don't know that you might be learning calculus at some future date, or
Mm-hmm.
or be an astronaut, or a homemaker, or a machinist, or you don't know those things or anything about them in the beginning. It's all, those things all grow with time. They're all, but you had those raw abilities within you that will develop. We all have to be shown. We all have, that's what this whole thing is about. Is
Mm-hmm.
our consciousness growing, our consciousness and understanding that we can literally do anything we want to do.
Mm-hmm. You got a message here from Kelly George at Maxwell Smart. Hello, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you for calling in.
Well, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well also.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
I know I heard you had some problems recently. I hope you found some solutions to that. If not, let us know a little bit more about it. I don't know if I can help or not, but I'm certainly willing to try.
And Cheryl says Newell Goddard teaches this. So a Newell Goddard guy. That's someone to look up.
No, I'm certainly not the only one. I'm just one person, but we're all important.
Back
Every
in the
one
60s.
of us is equally as important.
Oh, yeah. Q even said that. Yeah.
I say this all the time, but Trump could be, he's a great leader,
mm-hmm.
but without us, he would be out on a limb, right? He'd be in mortal danger without us. But also, we need him.
Mm-hmm.
We need his leadership. We need his. We see his energy. We see his intent. We need him as a leader too. He needs us,
mm-hmm.
and we all need each other. That's what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We all wake up together, and I don't talk about just Americans here. This is all of humanity.
Oh.
There's people watching your show right now from other parts of the world, and they pass it on to other people,
including this gentleman, Ralph. Hello, Ralph. Welcome to the program. He says, hello, everyone. It's early in the morning where he is. He's out getting his espresso, or coffee.
Where's he at?
Where is he at? I can't remember. He's in a different country. Boy. Yeah. I guess my memory is going.
This revolution is taking place. It's not an American revolution. It's a patriot revolution, which you don't have to be American to be a patriot. This this is kind of a divine revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Part of us growing up as a civilization so that we can go the next step of our journey and become a spacefaring race, which, I say it's analogous to kindergarten. We're about to graduate from kindergarten, and we're going to take the next glorious step into the traveling space. We're going to encounter similar problems that we've encountered here.
Paris, France. Dark Brain remembers, yes, and it's 5:30 a.m. there.
Wow.
Paris, France. I know there's a Paris, Wisconsin, but I don't think it's the same.
No, I don't think so.
It might be the same. I've never been there. Who knows?
I just said I don't speak a lot of French.
Oh, you did? In French? Say it again.
Je ne parle pas beaucoup de français.
Oh, okay. The only French words I know is like French toast and things like that, which aren't really French words. But
in German, ich spreche nicht mehr Deutsch. It says I don't speak much German.
Oh, a Mach dich Fenster means close the window in German, I think, according to my friend who took German.
So, one language I didn't seem to be able to pick up was Chinese.
Really?
I spent some time in China on a business project.
Yeah.
And met a lot of wonderful people, learned how much they love our Constitution and we stand for. It was, I came away with the most glorious feeling because
they're great people. All people are great. Every kind of person is great, unless they have a darkness in their heart, and then they're just a little ways from being great.
All right. These other people have been trying to put this division in our hearts all this time, right? They try to stir up war. They try to stir up strife. They try to get us to fight against each other because of religion, because of other things.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? The average person, their consciousness, they don't want to do that.
No.
They want to live their lives in peace and happiness and have a family and be able to do things with their family. It's the basic.
And most of all, to show memes like this one.
Yeah.
Of Hillary Clinton. Here is her saying, "I rigged the 2016 primaries. She disabled Libya, destabilized Libya and Syria, funded ISIS, used depleted uranium munitions, funded violent DNC bird dogging, paid for the fake dossier, she supports Antifa, domestic terrorism, and she's friends with every child rapist in Hollywood." That's how all-inclusive she is. So
yeah, she sold the American weapons that shot down SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, she's I don't understand how. Well, I do know why she's still walking the streets. Is because there are so many people like her that are protecting her and are part of the same club, the club that the famous comedian told us about. We ain't in it.
But her days are numbered.
Yeah, but she's been walking the streets for a long time. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be walking the streets. She should be in jail. The law should just work.
And unfortunately, her consciousness, from what we've been, at least what the Hindus teach, she will be continuing on. We will encounter her again in the future. Her consciousness.
Free range.
She's the training aid on the evil side.
Free range brain says, "Welcome, free range brain." But she was nice to Andrew 40 years ago. Facepalm. Yes, she was. No, just because someone's evil doesn't mean that they're evil their whole life, or that they're always evil. I mean, we're all good and bad people mixed in. We're all capable of doing good and bad. It's just what we choose to do. So
Right.
Andy Andy experienced time with her when she was in her 20s, probably before she got these ideas, way before she got these kind of ideas. And so you can't just, and look, Hitler was great with kids. So, you know, most people would say Hitler's a bad person, and they probably are right. But not everyone is all bad all the time. I mean, I don't think it's humanly possible to do that.
Well, you know all these stories of people that, you know, got into drugs and whatever, and their life really took a downturn, and they were kind of living in hell for some time, and then finally they, either with help from others or they just pulled themselves up by their own bootstraps, they got out of it. And they look back, when you ask them, you know, do you want to go through that again? It says no, but they wouldn't. They don't want to get rid of it because they learned so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do learn from the bad experiences we have, right? That's part of why we're here. That's how we learn that, hey, we don't want to make that choice again, right? It's just like the example I keep using. You know, your mom tells you don't touch that when you're a kid. Don't touch that thing on the stove. It's hot. You're like,
right.
You don't know what hot means until you touch it.
That's right.
Once you touch it, your consciousness goes up because you suddenly think, oh, that's what hot means.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the same thing here. I mean, to some extent, we have to experience some of these things in life in order to understand why we shouldn't do that, why we shouldn't make that choice.
Yeah. Free Range Brain says, even Darth Vader was a sweet little boy once. Yes, he was, Anakin. So there you go. Not everyone's bad all the time.
And they're all God's creation, right? I'm talking God, not in the way the deep state does. God, the source, right? They're all God's creation, and it's my opinion that all are redeemed ultimately, right?
Okay.
Nobody's left behind. Now I know that's not what mainstream Christianity teaches, for example, but I think there's some corruption in the writings. I think that all are ultimately redeemed. This is all part of a process for which we've learned evil's allowed to exist. It's within all of us, right? We just have to choose not to go that path.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's that Star Trek episode, the original series, where, you know, because of a transporter accident, Kurt comes up as two different people, right?
Right. I remember
one
that.
with the good qualities predominantly, and one with the, you know, the bad qualities predominantly, and you can see that he's not the great leader without some of those other qualities.
Mm-hmm.
We need some of those things. We just have to gain dominion over it, you know, gain control over those things within us. And how do we do that? Life experiences.
Yeah.
We learn that, hey, this, you know, I can, if I do this, if I cheat, if I do this stuff, guess what? It comes back to bite me, right?
Right.
And you learn, hey, you know what? If I do something to help somebody, boy, does that feel good. Boy, does my life seem to turn for the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you haven't learned that lesson, try to go out and do something, a random act of kindness. Do it once a day for a week. It doesn't have to be anything big, right? You can, you know, if you go out to fast food place, give them $10 and say, pay for part of the meal for the guy behind me. You know?
Right. Now,
or it doesn't have to be that. Just say, smile at somebody.
Mm-hmm. Now,
very simple.
Free Range Brain mentioned Darth Vader in that last post. It's still up on the screen. Funny he should mention that, because I had this meme to show as well. Now, here's a picture, actual picture of Darth Vader's seldomly photographed wife. Here she is. Ella.
Nancy Pelosi.
Ella. Elevator. It's a picture of an elevator. Yeah. Darth Vader's rarely photographed wife, Ella Vader.
I thought it was going to be Nancy Pelosi.
No. Oh boy, nervous Nancy.
I once stayed in this hotel. It's in downtown Detroit. I think it's called the Renaissance Center or something. And the inside of it is where they filmed the inside of the Death Star.
Oh yeah.
Those cool. If you ever want to see it, you'll immediately recognize it if you go inside, kind of like the atrium in the center of the hotel. It's the inside of the Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild. They have once a year. They have I think it's called the Montreux Detroit Jazz Festival. The festival grounds are right next to the hotel, and it's a fun place in the summertime. And there's this little place just a block away called Trapper's Alley. If anybody goes there, they've taken the alley between the businesses. The alley they closed, and inside there's all that you could access the shops and whatever. Restaurants from that. Now that alley, anybody can go in there before 7 o'clock, but after 7 o'clock you got to be 18 or 21 to go in there.
All right.
The drinking establishments are in there.
Okay.
But it's a wonderful, beautiful place. It's fun too to go through that alley.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds
it's
interesting.
a cool place. So anybody goes there,
I got something here for you, friends. It's something that's going to help you to differentiate between an alligator and a crocodile. How do you tell an alligator from a crocodile? Here's a good tip that can help you. Facts are important. Did you know you can distinguish an alligator from a crocodile by paying attention to whether the animal sees you later or in a while? Yeah, I just call them crockle gators. There you go. You get them all wrapped up in the crockle gators. Yeah, crockle gators. Oh, look, Mud Rabbit likes that one.
You sound like you're on a roll tonight.
Yeah, on a jelly roll. On a jelly roll. Ba-doom-pa. Yeah, sliding off the jelly roll.
You definitely sound like you're in a good mood tonight.
I am. I was in quite a bit of pain earlier. I had a tooth pulled a couple days ago. And I don't take pills. So it really didn't hurt much. It started to hurt a little bit when the Novocaine wore off a couple days ago. But then today it started to really hurt. So I was downloading those sounds from Korbin, and I was leaning into the computer to get closer to the sound because that's what he said to do. And I felt some bubbling in my head, and the pain went away, and I couldn't even tell which side was the side anymore. So that was pretty wild. Pretty wild. And I mentioned that earlier in the show, but I know you didn't hear it, so I wanted to mention that to you.
You heard bubbling in your head. That's an interesting.
Just a couple little something was moving in there. Something was moving in there, yeah.
Click, 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 click. Yeah.
No, not a click, like a bubbling. Like just a couple little bubbles moving in there, going up.
You didn't hear a tilt or anything. Tilt.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
Ping pong balls did not fall out of my ears either. I hate when that happens.
I don't know if I told anybody about that. This is a little trick you can do for home to impress the kids, and actually impresses some adults too.
Hi, Becky.
Get yourself a
Go ahead.
8.5 by 11 piece of paper and a pencil. That's all you need. And you put the piece of paper on, and you have your you got the pencil in your hand, and you got your fingers wrapped around it, and you got your thumb sticking out on that, and so you can push down on the pencil. Okay, now you stick the piece of paper on top of that, between your thumb and the pencil, and when you push down hard and move it forward and back, usually forward, it intermittently lets go from the pencil, and it's called the magic bean. And what you do is you have the child around there, and you tell them you got this magic bean, you go throw it in the air and catch it. And you throw this one in the air, and you put the paper out, you jiggle the paper, and you just push that forward, and it goes kind of pops, and you say, see, did you hear it? You know?
Okay.
And he says, now I'm going to throw 2 beans in the air. With the other hand, you throw it in the air, and all of a sudden, you move your hand around and pop, pop, you know? The kids are looking like, I heard it, and then I hear it, and they're like, what is that? And I keep looking at what you're doing. So now I'm going to throw a whole handful in the air, and you throw it in the air, and you're just like continuously doing this, and they're like, what? It's a really good way of engaging kids.
Okay.
They'll see that, and they're trying to figure it out. They know there's a trick. They don't know exactly what you're doing, so they usually take the paper and the pencil from you, trying to figure out, you know, what you're doing. And then some of them are pretty smart and actually figure it out. But,
okay. Peggy Dancer, Mud Rabbit says, Peggy Dancer, did you see the news about Larry Gators? Or is it Bishop Larry Gators? Or, no, I did not hear. What's the news? I've heard some things, but just waiting, Mud Rabbit. Okay. Maybe it's not something.
has there been any new drops?
Not since just the other day. Not since just the other day. And I think I might have some drops. Let me check. I might have that one queued up. Let me see. Let me see if I do. It would be nice if it was here. Is this it? I can't tell. I'll have to put it up to see what it is. Yeah, okay, now I'm going to have to open it up as well because I can't, it's too small for me to read on the screen. Well, when I get my bigger screen, it's going to be a lot nicer. I'll be able to, oh, I think this is it. Yeah, okay. I think this is it. 493, yes. January 7th, 2018. An anonymous poster posts, then we need to dig Planned Parenthood. Whatever they're doing to babies' fetal tissue might be more sinister than we ever imagined. And Q says, review the congressional investigation on, oh, this isn't a new one. I'm sorry, this is from 2018. But I wanted to read it anyway. Review the congressional investigation on Planned Parenthood. Be prepared for what you learn. Next question, how are they allowed to operate? These people are sick, Q. Okay, that's not it. It might be the other one. Here, let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it either. That's from 2020. The new ones, now the verbiage is different. Like in the new Q said, use your logic, where before Q always said use logic. There's certain little things like that are different. And I was on Uncensored Abe today listening to that. It's a great show too. Check that out, Uncensored Abe. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, Q is a team, less than 10, 3 are civilians and the rest are military intelligence. Maybe the person who was the one person who was posting most of the time before passed away or quit. or was taken out or put in jail or something. I don't know. Maybe someone else had to fill in. Maybe, or it's an imposter. We don't know. No way to know. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can. Oh, didn't I have that? Maybe. I gotta check something out here.
I think I told you the other day that I discovered that cedar wood or cedar oil is repels mosquitoes and ticks and all kinds of things, and bed bugs and all it. But it actually kills all these insects too. And so I was trying to figure out. I got some cedar oil. I said I'm going to figure out how I could make myself a mosquito repellent, right? So I'm trying to figure out what do I dissolve it in. It's kind of like an oil, so I don't think it'll dissolve in water readily. So I go out and I buy vodka just as a solvent. You know, I don't want to use denatured alcohol because of methanol in it, right? I don't want to breathe methanol. What did I discover? I discover when you add vodka to cedar oil, it attracts mosquitoes.
Oh.
That's a big mistake. Because wherever I sprayed it, there would be a cloud of mosquitoes.
Oh boy.
So instead of repelling them, so this is how you learn. I learned a lesson there.
I got up on screen. On screen now, I have a card that I got from my daughter for Father's Day, and Chuck, my daughter and Chuck, Alicia and Chuck. Technology advances, dads stay the same. It's a guy driving a UFO with a clear bubble on top, and he's got his coffee sitting on top of the bubble. Like, oops, left the coffee cup on. Dads stay the same. Yes, they do. Funny people, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I guess I don't. Let me. I thought I had the whole Q thing. I'll look it up right now. I'll get it for you. QAnon.pub.
I tell people if they want to see their day improve, go out. If they're out in public, go out and smile more, and watch how many more people smile back, and how many people comment on your smile. And you'll be amazed just of going out and smiling around people.
Yeah.
Not only on your demeanor, but theirs too. And something as simple as that can change the world. I'm not kidding.
Oh, and believe me, especially during this mask mandate crap that was going on, I never wore a mask, and I was always smiling. I smiled at everybody. No one said anything to me ever, and I would just keep smiling because that's when you really find the power of a smile, when it's held back from you like that. It's sinister. Sinister. Yeah.
You know, they keep us down emotionally, and socially. We're just not seeing each other smile. Just the simple power of a smile.
Well, I think that was just a byproduct of their plan to initiate the masks. And I think that the reason why they initiated the masks was because in 2018, or not 1918, the Spanish flu, more people died from bacterial pneumonia from the masks than died from the actual thing they were trying to prevent it from. So that's probably the reason why. But the smiles, like you said, is just another thing. Yeah. So here is the Q posts, and so it says this is the new one. So we're not sure if this is really Q. There is a way to get the trip code. Someone working all day can figure it out. Apparently, according to one guy. I'm not sure. I'm not up on all this, but here it is. It's from June 29th, 2022, just a few days ago. What is at stake? Who has control? Surprise witness in caps. Who was surprised? Who will be surprised? Use your logic. See, that's different. Can emotions be used to influence decisions? How do you control emotion? Define plant. How do you insert a plant? Can emotions be used to insert a plant? Who is Cassidy Hutchinson? Trust the plant.
Yeah, did you notice how that story is collapsed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or the whole thing that she's talking about, this meeting that,
oh, yeah.
Occurred and whatever, and the guy was in the hospital. He wasn't even there.
Oh, wow.
It's just, so she was saying that, this guy they're trying to call to testify wasn't even there. He was in the hospital. But they're trying to say that he witnessed all this and needs to be called as a witness.
Now, I did hear that it probably doesn't matter. They're on to the next one. They have four new surprise witnesses coming forward. I just heard this. Maybe you haven't heard it yet. And they go by a curious name. They call themselves the California Raisins, and they're going to tell everybody how they heard it through the grapevine. They heard it through the grapevine.
Yeah.
So
Lincoln and nod. Yeah.
But analyzing this Q post, I would say, my impression on this is it's too easy to decode. It's just too easy. I don't know. It just feels a little bit different. I don't know.
Well, people are obviously not buying any of this narrative. You look at the numbers that actually watch how they plummeted.
Mm-hmm.
The first day, people wanted to see what they were going to say, right? So there's 20 million viewers. The next time, it was 10 million. And I didn't see the statistics for the ones after that, but I got to guess it continued to drop.
Uh-huh.
And the diehard deep staters were watching it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were fixated on that. So that if you take that, there's less than 10 million total out of 300 some million in the country. So that just gives you an idea how small their numbers really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dark.
How outnumbered they are.
Mm-hmm. Dark Brain says, I smile big at lefties. They scowl like because they just ate a cat turd. Probably my Trump shirt and MAGA hat. Yeah. That's a good one. Dark Brain. I love cat turd. Kelly George says, everybody loves cat turd. Are you familiar with cat turd, Max?
Well, I think that's where I got my whatever that disease was that I just had.
Oh, Toxoplasma gondii. No. I'm talking about a character. It's actually a character on the intranet. It's
I've never seen that.
It's a white cat that's real snarky and very much a patriot, and slaps this. Yeah, very, very funny. Very funny. So you should check him out.
Looks like a Red Stimpy or something.
Yeah, look up cat turd, and you'll be amazed. Yes. Very funny, very entertaining, and very truthful all the time. So that's that. So the new drops are, one's June 29th. That's the most recent. June 25th. The one before that was June 24th. Before that was two of them on June 24th, actually three of them. And before that, it was December 8th, 2020. So it's been a couple of years.
1,770 days or 1,700 days?
1,700 days, yeah, 1,700 days. Now, that could be a a cue, or it could be, if it's a faker, that, oh, we'll just wait that long, and make it seem like that. Yeah. So, yeah. I also heard someone say that after the 1,000th tweet post drop, Q drop, that the writing changed then too. So maybe they're switching off different team members. I don't know.
That makes sense. They probably do that.
Could be.
People, these experts can kind of look at things and determine some aspects of your character, right? From what you write, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there's a reason for switching off.
Yeah.
Because you can't build a profile on a person, whoever a writer is from your style. So it just makes sense.
Yes. Here's an interesting one. I'm just scrolling down on the Q post. This one's from 10/21/2020, so before the new one started. Archive bread post links, direct link. Okay, booms en route, and then _ tomorrow, all in caps. This is not a drill. So that's December. Oh no, 10/21/2020. So that's October 21st, 2020. Interesting. Tomorrow, maybe 10/22/2022. Maybe something will happen. Booms en route. I think we did have some booms. All the Supreme Court rulings were booms, I would say. Did you hear Ketanji Brown Jackson was on the mainstream news, was declared the first ever Black SCOTUS, or Supreme Court Justice? And of course, Clarence Thomas.
She can't be a woman because she doesn't know what a woman is.
Right, but no, she wasn't the first Black person. That was Clarence Thomas, right? He's been on there for years now. So how these people? So I mean, there's nothing they say that is actually true. It's all completely fake. It used to be just partially fake. Now it's completely all fake. It's just amazing. Just amazing.
Well, it's all going to come to an end here one of these days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all going to come to end in a way that we want it to happen.
Oh, there's so much here. Oh yeah, there's Epstein Island.
Just keep doing good things, smiling, saying hi to people, having positive thoughts, working on if you got personal problems, working on those things. If you've got a disagreement with someone, try to work it out.
Tell more dad jokes.
All these things matter.
Yes, especially the dad jokes.
Do.
The dad jokes are the most important. Yes. And share memes. Share memes.
Share memes, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they see the fact that people aren't being swayed by their fear, and it terrifies them. They know the only way they can gain control is through fear.
Mm-hmm. False.
And you know what? In essence, their fear is being reflected back to them.
Mm-hmm.
The more they try to make us fearful and they see it doesn't work, they themselves are becoming fearful. And guess what? They don't make very good decisions when they're fearful, just like that's what they were trying to do with us with fear, right?
Right.
So we wouldn't make good decisions.
Right. Fear is just...
They're not making good decisions.
Fear is just false evidence appearing real. That's all it is. It's false. And Mud Rabbit says now AOC wants to go after the Supreme Court. Yes, they don't get their way. They want to just burn everything down. Tear it all up. If it agrees with them, it's okay. It can stay there. If it doesn't agree with them, it has to go. These people are stupid. They're stupid.
Yeah, and everything they want to do is insurrection-like, right?
Yeah. I just, wow. I like what Julian Assange said. When it all comes out, 98% of Washington will be gone. Gone or exposed, something. Can't remember the exact words. We're laughing at them. Yeah. It really is a show. Yes, Mud Rabbit, it is a show.
They're infiltrated on so many different levels, right? It's not just CCP. It's Muslim Brotherhood. It's all kinds of things that compromise our elected officials.
Mm-hmm.
Satanism, all these things, compromising them in every conceivable way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite something else, I tell you. Quite something else. Quite something else. We're coming up on, it's going to be 2 hours, so I think we're going to put a cap on it pretty soon. I want to see if there's anything else here I wanted to show y'all. Oh, did you hear that now Nancy Pelosi was refused communion in her home state?
Yep.
Right? But she went to the Vatican and she got communion, but something happened there. Now here's something that's very, very disturbing. No one else at the Vatican able to receive communion after Pelosi drinks all the wine. So there she is. She's such a lush. My God. Wow. What a wino. Boy, you drink that much wine and hard liquor as she does, and then you eat that ice cream. That's not good. That's not good. Is it? I don't think so. You can't mix hard liquor and ice cream, can you? Maybe you can. I don't know.
Maybe you can. I don't think it's advisable.
Well, it's been so long since I've drank. I don't really know. I wouldn't know. But yeah, so that's.
I don't think I've ever had anything that had alcohol.
That's the
alcohol. I said maybe there might have been some kind of flaming ice cream dessert once I might have had. It's temporarily lit because of the alcohol.
Dark Brain's on a roll tonight. The old bag is pickled. She's pickled. She's the wrinkly pickle. The wrinkly pickle. Oh, winochrome. Yeah. Instead of adrenochrome, it's winochrome. Wine, ice cream, think about it. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It's not ice cream she's coating. Yep. Yep, so that's...
Somebody told her it was blood, so she's drinking it because she thinks it's blood.
Right. I hope you're all... Thank you all for coming by here. I hope you're all having a great Friday night and the first day of July. It's summer's here, man. We're in the middle of it here. So thank you for all being here. And thank you, Max, for calling in too.
You're welcome. I'm definitely feeling much, much better. I definitely had a parasite for sure as part of my problem. So, well, like I said, I explained before that I suddenly had my lactose intolerance was coming back, and the first times I had the lactose intolerance because of pancreatic cancer. And when I got rid of the pancreatic cancer before, the lactose intolerance went away. And I haven't stopped that treatment. I kept going with it every week. And for it to come back, I knew something else was up.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I think it was parasite. And of course, I started had the advice of Ivan.
That's good. It might have been more than just a parasite. It might have been 3 or 4. You don't know.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
We don't pop.
But at any rate, it made a huge difference.
That's great. And so everyone, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If you're feeling bad, it might be a little parasite. A little.
The doctors never look for those things, right? If you mention parasites, you go to the doctor. They look at you as nobody gets parasites, you know.
I thought that was glasses of parasites.
Oh boy.
It must be getting late. The jokes are getting weaker. Yes.
Just like our coffee, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mud Rabbit's got her, and Mud Rabbit said, isn't the Vatican involved in TR, child TR? She's not getting her fix. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's not a good place. Not a good place. Got your flags out. Well, folks, thank you for coming by. Anything you want to say to the folks out here, Max, before we sign off?
I just want to say how much I appreciate all the patriots and all the people, patriots around the world for keep your spirits high. Remember, it's your consciousness is what's really important. Your consciousness is what's changing our reality around us and bringing about the end of these people.
Mm-hmm.
And don't hate anybody. It's not about hate. Understand that they're God's creation too, and I believe at least they'll be redeemed, and ultimately they'll join us, and rejoin with God the Source. So he does put out love to all people, all things, and do what you can to make a difference in your own life and in the lives of others. No matter how small you might think it is, a simple smile.
Mm-hmm.
And you're changing the whole world. You're changing everything. So, once again, I appreciate all of you and love you all. And I wish good health and prosperity to all of you. So,
thank you,
if there's
Max.
any way I can help in that regard, let me know.
Thank you, Max. That's a great way to end the show. And thank you, everybody. I wish you all well. We'll see you again on Monday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But next week, we got a Thursday show. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to have shows. And thank you, Korbin Pheenix, for those sound effects. Those were great. Those possibly healing sound effects from your voice. And everyone have a great evening from Mud Rabbit. Thank you very much. Peace in.